Well, Adam, what can you tell us about the team for tomorrow night? Is it tighter, less players, more sort of close to round one-ish?
Yeah, I think that it's an AFL sanctioned hit-out sort of thing. So there's 22 and 4 emergencies. So we played 30 plus players last week. So 5 or 6 changes to the starting lineup from last week. So Shuey will play, Petruccelli, Jakey Waterman, Jermaine Jones. Someone else there I've forgotten. Young Ruben will play.
Nick?
No, Nick won't play, but those other six will play. Yep.
Just on Nick, is it the Achilles that's stopping him, or is it just you don't want him to play yet?
No, it's the Achilles. I mean, if this was round 15, he'd be playing, but it's a long year. We really want to try and get in front of it. So I haven't got a timeline on it other than, it'll be smaller steps rather than just continue to go. And like I said, it's March, so we need to take our time with it. So, is he right for round 1? I can't answer that just yet, but he's doubtful.
Do you manage Luke, or does he play full game?
No, we'll manage him. Yeah. So it's a slow burn with Luke, so he'll play just over a half.
And how does that leave him for round 1? Do you think?
Well, the next week's really important. There's a bye week for the industry, but we'll have a hit out next Friday, and he'll play a full game then.
Was there a niggle, or was it just managed?
A bit of both, yeah. Nothing significant, but just looking after the body. Every time, with boots, we don't plan it to the nth degree. Something pops up, so yeah, nothing significant. Nothing related to, what he's been dealing with. Oh yeah, he's due today, so yeah, fingers crossed. It all goes well, and he's right to play tomorrow as long as everything goes well at home.
Your view on the pre-season as a whole, given where you were this time last year?
Well, it's just hard to tell because last year was so bizarre for us. It's coming into last week even, there was a lot of anxious coaches and players just to get through the game and then be competitive and look for improvement and start playing some of the kids and see what Oscar Allen and Dom Sheed and Tommy Cole look like after a year out. So yeah, probably a bit of a relief to get through the game and be competitive was a positive. And now it's, Adelaide, looking at the game last week, they've really improved and they look to be a really strong side. They're full list available. So it's another really good hit out tomorrow. So.
How have you found the shortened pre-season in terms of the matches?
We've had 2 matches most years. Yeah, I think the shortened pre-season is more pre-Christmas. So the players that don't play finals, they get a longer break. And coming more ready when they come back is what they've all done. But the post-Christmas stuff's the same.
How's Jack Darling tracking? We saw him on Monday for the first time in a while.
Yeah, he trained today. So we're hoping he's on target round one or 2. So yeah, he's ticked all the boxes.
Will you play Elijah Hewitt?
He's in the squad. So he's probably not ready for a full game. So we all saw him for that quarter last week and it was really exciting. So he won't play a full game, but he might get a run on the second half.
And what do you do with Jimby?
He'll start. Yeah, he'll play. And he had a minor toe injury, so we worked through that really easily. So he's been training with the senior team for the whole pre-season, and he's 18, so we just got to calm down a little bit. But he hasn't put a foot wrong.
In round 1, you mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. Actually, is there a cap on how many debutants you can play?
There's no cap. Everyone who was available last year played, so we've only got 7 players who haven't played, and they're all the guys we've drafted. So,
but there's a couple of guys in the frame who could debut.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So we've taken our time with the draft and getting them AFL ready. It's you can't throw them in the deep end anymore. You've got to plan it. So our medicos have done a pretty good job of just overlaying their programs to the point where they can play some footy this week. So form is very important, but we want to get some kids going as well.
What about Campbell Chesser? I think Schofield said last week, every week they're sort of progressing him. How much will he play tomorrow?
Yeah, he'll play a full game. So a bit like all the guys who busy, about all the guys that missed last year. So there's the kids, and then there's the 7 players who didn't play, and they're all coming together. So it's not quite as clean as we'd like it to be, on a natural progression, but it's exciting.
What did you like about how
measure the progress you made last week, the way you're playing, and what do you want to say tomorrow?
I thought we were competitive last week. You know, I thought Port's best footy was better than ours, but we found a way to win, which, to be honest, that's been missing a little bit over the last 12 months. And, you know, for whatever reasons, whether it's availability, personnel, fitness, that was the pleasing part. So now it's about being competitive, playing a better brand, getting a bit more synergy with what we do behind the goals, that type of stuff. We can look at that now, whereas just trying to be competitive was the challenge last year.
How did you assess your rucks last week?
Yeah, well, they're still developing. Like we've got, you know, obviously without Nick, we're a bit lighter. The kid we drafted, young Harry's, hasn't been available. So those two boys, you know, held up the fort last year a little bit, probably a little bit underdone, and they've improved since last year. So, but they've still got some improvement to go. So they're not the finished product. And Scotty Lycett's a 31-year-old premiership player. He was a challenge. So the boys are going to get that this year.
What's a pass mark this year?
A pass? Oh, we just want to improve, really. We want to be competitive. Winning some home games would be great for our fans and supporters. We want to grow, get better.
Do you have a way of measuring that, KPIs, or is it?
I think you'll see. Yeah, I think how many wins, that sort of stuff. We don't really live in that world, so it's more being competitive, really, and challenging sides in the last quarter and having a healthy list, all those things, and you hope the wins come after that.